Hey, you guys, how's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing well. I need to set up so I can see some captions. First time going live and pumped up parenting, so I'm excited to be here and hope all my parenting peeps hop on. I have a meeting tonight, so I can't be live at my normal 8:30 time. So I thought I'd hop on early and hop on in our group to discuss reading because hi Linda, how are you? Reading is like super important. And did you know that a lot of people do surveys on how much reading is going on in households and it's going down? So let's talk about that. We're going to talk about how you can get your kids to read more. Yes, let's read, Linda. Let's read. How you can get your kids to read more, how you can set up your home so that reading is available to your children, and why they need to read. We're going to talk a little bit about that too, and I'm going to give you some good books to pick up when you're looking for books to read for your kids. So first of all, though, I'm in Pumped Up Parenting Live, so you guys know who I am. I'm Celia, Family Empowerment Coach, here to help you guys with your kids. So I want to tell you that 1,000 parents were surveyed, 1,000 parents. And do you know what happened? Only 30% of them read to their kids daily. 30%. I remember once I had a parent ask me how she could help her child talk because he was 2 years old and he was hardly talking. And my first question, you guessed it, do you read to him? And the answer was, what do you think the answer was? No. And I said, start reading. That is one of the biggest things they learn from reading, other than the fun of it and the adventure of it, is language development. Hi, Thomas. How are you? So you need to be reading to your kids. And you know what, guys? You can read aloud to your kids regardless of their age. Me and my kids, as they grew, in 7th grade, when my son Kyle was in 7th grade, we used to read his history book together. He would read a page, I would read a page, he would read a page, I would read a page, and we would read it out loud, and he was in 7th grade. And it was great. I discovered a new love for history that I don't remember having in school, and he was able to really understand what he was reading. So those that are live with me and those that are on the replay, grateful that you guys are here too. Let me know if you read with your kids, or do you read the same books? That's another great thing to do with kids, especially older kids, is to read the books they're reading, kind of like, like a book club. And then you guys can discuss it and talk about it. And, really find out their viewpoints on the same thing that you're reading, because a lot of times those viewpoints are going to be different, and it will help open up those streams of communication. So first, I want to tell you why kids should read, and then I'm going to tell you ways to really get reading and books more available in your house, to really make your home a home that encourages reading and education. So first of all, why should kids read? Kids should read, number one, with you, because it's bonding. Like I said, if you're reading the same book, you're reading a novel and they're reading a novel, and you can talk about it. Or you're reading aloud with each other like Kyle and I did, and we were able to discuss his history book, and he was able to understand it much better. So it's much more of a bonding experience with you and your kids and their siblings. Number two, like we mentioned right off the bat, language development. They learn vocabulary, they learn words. People that read have a much larger vocabulary than people that don't read, simply because they read and they hear more words. There's a great book out there that all parents should read, called 30 Million Words by Dr. Dana Susskind, 30 million words. And it is a book all about the importance of word usage in your house and how when you speak and you use words and why did my screen go dark? I just noticed my screen was dark. Oh no, it got interrupted. Oh, I have no idea. Whatever. I'm back on again. When you use words and you read more, the difference it makes for your kids is like amazing. Really amazing. I'm hoping my broadcast is working here. Am I freezing a lot? I am freezing a lot. Guys, if you're on with me, do you see me freezing? I don't know why that is. I have no idea. Okay. Well, anyway, if you guys can see me and hear me, give me a thumbs up or a 1, and I'll keep going because now it's going again. So I don't know what's going on with that. All right. Hold on. Let me see what your comment is because now I did things. Trying to get into time blocking so we can do a routine and not flying by the seat of our pants. So husband has how to when I'm not here with Greg. Yes, you got to like fit it into the schedule. You know, we had a master class on Sunday about schedules and all that stuff should be in it. Routines, it should include reading. I so hope I'm not frozen. Linda, am I frozen? I look like I'm frozen. I don't know why I'm frozen. But I hope this is going. I'm just going to keep going. And hopefully this is not a waste of your time because I keep freezing. So let's hope it's working. All right. So let's talk about, like we said before, I'm kind of repeating some stuff I already said, building bridges of communication. It builds your child's imagination. It takes them to new worlds. They travel in a book. They travel to places they've never been before. It's exciting. It's invigorating. It gets the imagination going. It enhances concentration and focus. So you know what a lot of kids say, a lot of parents will say, well, my kid has ADD, so we don't read because, you know, he's very impatient. Well, do you know reading, when they're reading, it encourages and enhances that focus and concentration. So read. Don't use ADD or ADHD as an excuse. Read smaller books. All right. Are you guys having tea with me? Anyway, it's not just a book. It's an adventure, like we said. So it really takes them on travel all over the place. It's fun. It's exciting. And it really builds that love for reading stories. It's relaxing. It's stress reducing. So when you pick up a good book, you tend to relax. Same with your children. Number 8, I don't know if this is number 8. It says over it, enhances memory. So it really frozen on and off, but you're always coming back. Okay, good. Thank you, Linda. I hope it stays that way. I don't know why that is. It enhances memory. So reading books builds memory. It's all about comprehension. You know, as kids go through school, they are quizzed and tested on comprehension. And that's where the memory comes in. You want to talk about books you're reading about to your kids. So if you're reading and they interrupt you, let them interrupt. Talk about it. If they're little and they see a giraffe and they want to talk about the giraffe, talk about it. Because that is what enhances their memory, their teaching moments, but it also helps their comprehension. And as they get older and they have to read books for school, they will have a much better understanding of what they're reading and a much better memory and retainment of what they're reading. They'll be able to retain much better. Anyway, okay. Number 10, it develops empathy and compassion. It really helps work on feelings. It helps kids understand what feelings are about, helps them to self-regulate their own feelings because they're reading about what other people in the stories are doing about their feelings. So it's very important to read to your kids and share books. Kids need to learn how to regulate their feelings, and one of the great ways to do it, other than being a role model, is to read stories. Okay, how can you fit in extra books into your busy, busy schedule? Well, we already said put them in your schedule. Actually put in reading time into your schedule and your routines. So number one, chapter books are great, even for little kids. So you can read a chapter a night before they go to bed or, after dinner, whenever you do your reading, and they will start getting interested in longer stories. Helps with delayed gratification. They're not just finding out the ending. They've got to wait the next week and the next week, and maybe in a week that book's finished, or maybe in 2 weeks it's finished. But it really builds the joy of a longer book for kids. Everything's not done in 5 pages. Okay, it's a great way to settle down before bedtime, before mealtime. It's a good way to get your kids relaxed and in the mode to settle down. Hi, Cindy. Thanks for hopping on. Make time in the morning, guys. We rush and rush and rush so much in the morning. And one of my biggest recommendations to you with your kids in the morning is get up early, get them dressed, get everything ready so that they have downtime before they have to go off to school or daycare or wherever they go and wherever you go. What a great time to read books. It gets them relaxed. It has special bonding time with you and your kids, and then off to school they go. So make some book time in the morning time. Travel time. Forget about the video games. Forget about the tablets. Forget about the movies. Bring books. Give your kids a bunch of books to read if you're going on a long trip. Tell stories together. Do natural storytelling. You start a line. One day, this little boy went out to the store, and then someone else can continue, and someone else can continue, and you can make up stories. You can sing songs. Songs are stories. Sing songs. When we were kids and we drove from Maryland to Florida every year, we sang the whole trip. I know you probably wouldn't want to be in that car, but we had a great time, and those were great memories. So bring books with you, talk and tell stories, and sing songs. Library time. So do you remember the library? Let me tell you what the library is. It is a building, and in the building, it contains tons of books and other things that kids get to do. And there's special reading corners and play corners, and it's just marvelous. And kids love it. So go to the library and don't just check out the books. Sit and read a book while you're there and enjoy a good book, and then take that book home with some more other books home. Kids love to pick out their own books from a library. They get to do it in school. You guys can do it as a family. Number 6, keep books and magazines out. Keep them on coffee tables. Keep them all over the place. Kids, you can get magazines and comic books that kids like, that they're just going to pick up and read and look at. You want to encourage them to read? Maybe they're not as easy to pick up a book. Get a comic book. Are they Batman fans? Get a Batman comic. Get a Superman comic. Do they love the Avengers? Get an Avenger comic. Get magazines that they'd like to look at. There's all kinds of kid-oriented magazines. Ranger Rick, all kinds of I can't even think of it. With an H. I can't think of what that magazine is called. I don't know. Highlights. There's all kinds of magazines that you can get that your kids will love to pick up and read. And you know what's really fun is when you get a subscription to a magazine, send it to your child instead of you, so that they're getting mail. And you can say, hey, your Ranger Ricks came, and they'll be so excited, and it's made out to them, not you. Kids never get mail. So send some magazines to your kids. What a great holiday or birthday gift. Okay, so let me tell you a couple of great books for kids. Now, if you have little kids, Little Engine That Could, all about an engine that tried and tried and tried and tried and didn't give up. Great story. Madeline, another great story. Ferdinand the Bull, although it's called Ferdinand. great story about a bull that just is happy and calm and loves smelling flowers, not like the other fierce bulls. And he's good in his own skin, and his mother is thrilled that he's good in his own skin, and she lets him be his own kind of guy. Great story. The movie was out not that long ago. Itsy Bitsy Spider, guys. Think about the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Itsy Bitsy Spider went up the water spout, down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And what did that spider do? He climbed right back up that spout again. Did he give up? No. He kept going and going and going. What a super spider. So it's a great message and a great story. And you can tell your kids about how great and powerful this little guy is. And that he never gave up and he kept persevering till he got up that spout, even though the rain would knock him away. Superheroes, like I said, if your kids love the superhero movies, if they just love every time a new one comes out, Ant-Man, the Avengers, you think I could think of all of them. I should be able to. Get superhero books and comics, always fun to read. And great to read about superheroes, people that take care of the world, people that are more willing to really put themselves out there to help others that they don't even know. That's who superheroes are. And then you can talk about regular superheroes that are not Spider-Man or Batman or Superman. People that have really made a huge impact on the world. Successful men and women. Read autobiographies. Read biographies. Read books about people that have changed the world. Empower your kids. And older kids in elementary school, Matilda by Roald Dahl. What was the other one I had? I can't find it. I don't know where I wrote it. Anyway, there's a lot of great books out there. Tons of great books. And you can read them right along with your kids. Hi, Marissa. You can enjoy these books with your kids. It doesn't matter how old they get. Read out loud together. If they're reading, then like I said, I did with my son, you read a page, they read a page, you read a page, do it together. It means so much to your kids that you are sharing a book. And like I said, if they're older, then you read it and they read it. And then you talk about it like a book club. Have a family book club. How much fun is that? And you will put the love of reading in your kids. And that is a gift that literally will last them a lifetime and create an amazing lifetime for your kids. So that's what I have to say. I hope you guys are going to take a few bits of advice from this. Get books out on the table. Get some magazines. Order a magazine for your kid for their next birthday. And take my advice. Stop what you're doing and go read a story to your kids tonight. And enjoy a good book. That's all I have to say. I'll see you here Thursday night on my personal page at 8:30 when we are talking about something else about, you know what we're talking about? We're talking about what you need to know and how you need to prepare yourself for parent-teacher conferences. This is really important. Now, a lot of people just go to the conference and they don't ask questions. They don't get involved. This broadcast will tell you what you need to know about parent-teacher conferences and what your teachers want you to know and want you to do when you come to one. So join me at 8:30 on Thursday night for that. In the meantime, guys, I'm so grateful for you being here. Read a good book. I wish you peace, love, tons of laughter. It really is the best medicine. Put in the comments what book you're going to read tonight, and I'll see you here on Thursday night and around the web. Bye, everybody.